called the Iberian people, los Iberos. These people were still not Christian. They were what we say polytheists. They were worshipping the moon, the sun, the solstices, the mountains. They started worshipping Montserrat as the mountain of fertility, and they were living in caves, rock shelters. That's the first people we know about living. When we make a little jump in history, after the fall of the Roman Empire is when Catholic religion started spreading out around Spain, right? And also here, right? So all these former spiritual people, they've been already living here for centuries. They were all converted into the Catholic religion. And that's when, for the first time, they started to build some more proper places to live. So they went from this cave, these little rock shelters, to some small huts. Those huts evolved later into what we call the hermitages, las ermitas. Of course, the shepherds were curious, so they climbed all the way to this cave to see what was going on there. And when they arrived, the light got brighter, like strong light. So the kids got very excited, and they ran to tell the bishop about what they're finding. Right? The bishop was living in Ripoll, maybe 3 or 4 days of hiking. So we went all the way to Ripoll, and when they arrived, they were, Bishop, you gotta come to Montserrat, see what we found. We found a black mother, you have to see it. But the bishop was always busy with other business, so he said, kids, I don't have time to go to Montserrat, so you go back to Montserrat and bring the Madonna to me. Well, kids, the shepherds came all the way back to Montserrat, they went back to the cave, they took the Madonna, and they started to carry it to bring it to the bishop. But when they started carrying the Madonna out of Montserrat, the Madonna started getting heavier and heavier and heavier, until at some point it got so heavy that could not be lifted anymore, right? Then they thought it was the will of God to keep the Madonna here in Montserrat.
How they made it up.
It just looks more
Now, do you see next to the trucks there are some emergency stairs? Century. On the 11th century in Spain, in Europe in general, the imperating architectonic style, it was the Gothic style. You've seen Gothic buildings in Barcelona. When you look at this doesn't look Gothic, right? So this part, yes, right? So what happened here? This place, it started with a small hermitage, then they built a bigger church, then they built a place for the monks to stay. Then this is the Gothic cloister they built by 15th century after Montserrat became a famous pilgrimage place. So little by little this place was growing in importance until when it was the most splendorous moment of this monastery, it came also the darkest moment, right? 1811, during the Napoleonic Wars, the Napoleonic army from France entered Montserrat. First stole as much as they could, second they set fire, and finally they completely destroyed, first bombing from the top and then assaulting from the bottom. They completely destroyed the whole monastery, nothing was left. Actually, the only thing that was left, it was the two walls of this original Gothic cloister of the monastery. Wow. That's why what we see nowadays had to be completely rebuilt. Okay?
When they made it, they paint the hands on the face looking out.
13.
Yeah, she's making it move. So what happened? Remember, the people was coming here, a lot of people as a pilgrim.
About the angel serrating the mountain. You can see the shield of the monastery. You see on top of its door. You'll see it represented in some of the stained glass and some of the side chapels. New modern version. Door. That's an emergency door. I don't know how they open it, and they start.
Oh, it's just that. Don't think of my face.
We will be crossing with the other one while in the exact middle.
그래서 여기 진짜 막판이다.
You see now, you see the cable that goes up and it's linked to the part of.
Oh, yes, yeah. And it's really narrow. My car would go back. Turns up. Always slide back. I hated that. My car was fine the last 9 or 10 months. That's when it's all that started happening.
Up some part here for the animals, and then we will take it also into the next level. Let's before we cross to the other one, let's get a bit oriented here. Maybe now in few minutes. So all this part of the mountain, it's an acoustic cage. You will hear the bells. They were used to do the religious calls for the mass, for the prayers, but also they were used for emergency calls if it was. Then in the middle of this central depression, this central flatland, where nowadays it's flat and dry, we had a huge mountain range called the Catalano-Balear mountain range, so ranging from central Catalonia all the way to the Balearic Islands. Do you know the Balearic Islands? Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, right? This now this one looks like something going on there. This since 6 years ago, the Natural Park, together with the Archaeology Faculty of the University of Barcelona, they started this project to do some archaeological work and recover the different parts. This last year, they've been stabilizing the external structures that they were collapsing, and in the future will be a place to interpret how was life in these hermitages. But still working on it. Right? It will be possible to walk around the different parts.
The easiest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the ones behind here, the monkey, elephant, sphinx, they are much more technical.
Okay.
But out of the route in Montserrat, this one has the easier route. From here it looks steep, but you see it's all about the incline.
Yeah.
It's more like this, rather than the monkey. It has some sections more like this.
Yeah. Ooh, the bells.
But like, yeah, there's definitely
This town is attached to Barcelona, but it's independent town called L'Hospitalet de Llobregat.
Oh.
It's close to Montjuic and beginning of downtown Barcelona.
Okay.
I don't see any art on making an animal suffer.
No.
Fighting an animal.
Croquette de squid. Come on. It's so good. Bacalao. Spritzes here are quite different. And it's just so cute. I'm finally having my first vermouth in Barcelona. And I'm obsessed with these potatoes. They're ridiculous, amazing.
Most of the time, especially when we are talking about the body.
Las Ramblas. Those tapas were really good. The breeze is lovely. So beautiful. The genius of Gaudi. What is that? Oh, a tongue. No, that's tongue. Oh, tripe. Wow. Feet. Head. Oh yeah. It's so clean. It smells clean. Wow, look. All things.
Casa is more than food.
Here, let's go this way first. Ooh, the fish looks good. Sardines, we haven't had that yet. Snails. This is all very traditional. And look, the Iberico. Ooh. Well, let's go this way. Wow. The red. When in Spain, eat tripe. How do you say it?
Tripas or mondongo. We call it mondongo. But
Sí, que yo
Our balcony is right there. Great hotel. Absolutely great. Another public market. What's this one called?
Americana La Boqueria.
Oh, Botyll.
This is the most famous Barcelona equivalent. Muy pesadicos hoy.
This is just incredible. This is the roof. It is built so solid. There are always 13 geese, which represent the 13 years the saint whom this church is built for lived.
De seguridad abrochado hasta que la señal de cinturón se apague. Le recomendamos mantener el cinturón de seguridad